for fast, cheap, and reliable Madden 21 Ultimate Team coins. Make sure you guys go check out my sponsor, Easy Mutt. Use code VENOM at checkout for 5% off. Yo, what's up guys, Venom Fire here back from the video, and today I'm bringing you guys another offensive mini scheme. This one's going to be out of a unique formation. You guys like these off-meta style formations. Also, let me know different ones you want to see in the comment section. A couple of you guys have already done those. Might go check those out as well. But we're going to be in the Ravens playbook, bringing you guys this gun deuce close formation. It actually kind of got popular towards the end of Madden 20. I don't know if some of you guys remember that. But this is a pretty good scheme, and it also adds just another threat out of the diverse Ravens playbook. You have some audibling threats. You can audible from deuce close to like this gun wing. I did do a scheme on gun wing as well, so you can check that out. I did that a little bit back, but there's definitely some good plays in this. I would recommend using a mobile quarterback, which is why we're using Baltimore, but we're going to be going over these 4 plays: the 0-1 trap, lead read option, bench swap, and mesh spot. A couple of honorable mentions. There's a nice little counter play. There's a couple of other unique plays, of course, regular inside zone. There's a couple of spacing concepts, but for the most part, these 4 plays will be the ones you want to build the scheme or formation around. So that's what we're going to go ahead and be utilizing today. Also, because I am using Baltimore, I'm not really going to use that many abilities. Of course, they don't have Hot Route Master. They don't have any wide receiver apprentices, things of that nature. So it's going to be a relatively simple scheme for you guys to understand. If you want to add abilities, you can certainly do that and make the scheme even better. Alright guys, here we are on the field. Now I'm going to be going against a cover 3 defense, a stock cover 3, because this formation actually has a really good cover 3 beater, and I'll show you why in just a second. Now the player I'm going to start out with is going to be mesh spot. Mesh spot, you're taking a look at here. Here's the player. It's pretty simple, but there's one route that we're going to build this play around, and it's going to be Marquise Hollywood Brown's route. So you take a look at Marquise Brown. He is on just this simple fade route, but in this year's game, it is very easy to beat just a stock cover 3 defense, and that's really all we have to do. I could run the stock and it would beat cover 3 every single time, and we're even going to do it with Lamar Jackson, who doesn't exactly have a Patrick Mahomes arm. I'm just going to create a basic simple concept. We're just going to go with something like this: A on a drag, B's on that spot route. I'm going to block this tight end on the left just so we have some extra protection to make sure we get this pass off. But overall, this is all I'm going to do. And you'll see how Hollywood Brown's just going to get wide open. So, of course, what I did is I made sure that Hollywood is on the wide side of the field. I can just do some stuff. I'm going to try and get out of the pocket. You want to get out of the pocket. You can, of course, throw it from the pocket, but I'm just going to kind of scramble out. You see he's going to come down, and then you can just simply pass lead it to the left-hand side. So, again, Lamar doesn't have that much throw power. He's able to complete that pass. We're not using Gunslinger. So really, any quarterback in this game that's over 80 overall in reg should be able to complete it. Every quarterback in Ultimate Team should be able to make that pass. Of course, make sure your fastest guy is going to be on the fade route, but you see, simple cover 3 beater. Most people think, oh, it's cover 3. To beat cover 3, I need a corner route to this side that's going to pull down the outside third. That's actually not the case. And you see right here, he's just going to end up, he just eventually gets pulled down. I'm not sure the reasoning why. Maybe it's the drag route. I honestly do not think it is the drag route, because I've labbed this round putting him on different routes. But you see the outside third, for whatever reason, he just stops. Right when you see him stop, you throw the ball. So you see that's when I release the ball. I see him come down like right here. Then I release the ball. And then, of course, I'm pass leading to the outside by holding my left stick to the left side. So pretty simple right there. Again, we could get a lot better pass if we had a Patrick Mahomes, but you see how pretty much any QB could complete that. You don't need to get out of the pocket either. Here I'm going to just try and throw it from the pocket. We'll see if we can actually get it off, though. Could get shedded, but you see there, of course, not the arm strength, out of range, which is another added reason to why you would probably want to at least slide out to that side. Nonetheless, we do get the completion, and you see how the cover 3 beater will still work at an effective level. So that was just running it stock. We're going to create some other route combinations, though, of course. One of just another good route combo I like to do is, if I can put Y on a corner route, maybe that's something I want to do. Again, it doesn't really affect the play, so that would just give me another option. And as long as he doesn't use our Hollywood Brown, which he probably won't because he's not going to have enough time to sprint all the way back, then you'll be good. So this basic route combo, Y and a little out route, you keep those other routes the same. Should be pretty simple. I can double team that outside guy if I want, just to ensure that I can, get out of the pocket. You see there, he's still going to get pulled downwards, and we're still going to be able to pass lead and complete that pass. So pretty simple. Some other ideas that I'm, potentially had was like RB on a little wheel, just creating some basic things. I can also go with like a little curl flat on this side, maybe A on a flat, B on a curl. What I was saying with the wheel route is maybe I go with something like this, RB on a wheel, B on a little out route, but I'm going to go with this curl flat concept. Something like this, or maybe I put Y on a little in route. You can just create different concepts. Of course, Hot Route Master would help in this case, but I'll just show this play one more time, then we'll hop into some of the other plays there. And you see again, just gets pulled down, you pass lead, and all of these passes are getting registered as out of range. Lamar doesn't have that much throw power, and we're still able to complete that. So that shows you that you should be able to complete that with any quarterback in the game under any circumstances. But let's hop into some of the run plays. We're going to go with the 0-1 trap first. 0-1 trap, of course, you guys know, one of the better runs in the game with the theme of power running, base running, halfback power O's being really good this year. Of course, 0-1 trap kind of goes with that realm. And of course, this 0-1 trap is going to be pretty solid for you guys. You see, against just a basic big nickel over G, able to open it up. Of course, we know it's good against nickel 3-3-5 wide as well. Now, there's one kind of downside I would say to this formation. It does not have a lot of motion. It doesn't have a lot of high-powered motion things you can do. As far as the motions I can do, I can only motion Snead outside, and I can't even motion snap him. Same thing with Marquise Brown. As far as the tight ends go, you can motion this guy across. And it's actually weird. He kind of lines up in this little weird formation. So as far as putting him on a route, he becomes a running back route. So you could create some cool things with that. But not only that, he's actually going to be basically your fullback, although he literally did nothing there. But you can create some cool things. I'm not sure exactly what Boyle does. I'm assuming he probably does the same thing. Yes, he does. So maybe just motioning him across here would give us better success, and it actually did because it opened up a little bit of a space to the outside, whereas usually it's going to open up in the middle. But you see, again, not too much you can do with motion. I can't motion snap either of those players, so I can't motion them outside. So mainly, you're going to probably want to go with a quick snapping route with some of these plays. Especially that cover 3 beater. I can get to the line, I can snap the ball, and I can throw it because you don't have to do anything to get that cover 3 beater to work. And then the bench swap plays that we'll show will kind of be the same. There you see the 0-1 trap opening us up for a big time touchdown there. So, of course, very good play, high level, high touchdown level potential. And you see, as long as you can get that pulling guard to not get shedded, and Bradley, I think his name is Bradley Bozeman, whoever this guy is, yeah, Bozeman. He's a low overall, so that's why he's getting instant shedded by, I think, Leonard Williams there every single play. That's, of course, going to happen, but, any other circumstances, he's going to get that block consistently, and he doesn't even necessarily have to. As long as he gets a little chip, it's going to work. So let's move on to our next run, which will be the lead read option. Now, this is very similar to the inside zone split. All you're doing is adding just a quarterback run threat. In certain formations like this, you see how there's not even a player with an R above it. That's because it's just symmetrical. You're going to have a couple of extra blockers. So I could literally give it to Lamar every single play on this situation because there's not anybody that I have to read. So that's something that I found pretty cool. And that's really only a big nickel over G thing if I am correctly, just because of course I tried this with other formations defensively, just threw out a 3-4 odd. And there's going to be that outside linebacker that you have to read. So that's something that I want to point out. Usually you're going to have to make the read, but in this case, we'll take it because you get the ball in Lamar's hands, and that's going to be, of course, good for your offense. So pretty simple read option. Again, if I really wanted to, maybe I could use some motion. Again, I can't really motion snap him, but if he's going that way anyways, maybe he just gets out on the edge a little bit more. And you see here, he actually ends up lead blocking and pretty much leading us to a touchdown. So that's something you can do, although that is a very good tell. And usually they're going to defend the run when they see you motion him across. So that's something you want to recognize as well. So we showed that. Let's show us just handing the ball off, and you see the inside zone is very good as well. So this would be what it looks like if you're just running that base inside zone. You notice how when you hand the ball off, Boyle's going to usually cut up the middle, whereas if you keep it with Lamar Jackson, he's usually going to get on the edge. So that's pretty cool. Of course, if you get shedded, you're going to get shedded. Be careful with that. Inside stuffs, not too many people run them at this point in Madden. It's late in the year. So again, something you want to watch out for. Here you see we're able to just get to the edge. Overall, have pretty good success with this play. And again, just a very good running scheme. As I mentioned previously, you can audible to some things like this gun wing. There's a deuce close, there's a bunch ace, wing slot, and then of course another pistol formation. I actually do like this pistol formation, this pistol wing flex. I was thinking about making a video on that, but gun wing is a very solid formation. There's a QB run out of that, a quarterback power. I don't have that set up, but it is a pretty clean audible. Not too much people running across the formation, so you can kind of get that off relatively quickly. But yeah, I'll show this read option one more time. Let's keep it again. And not only are you necessarily reading the one guy that you might be reading, or that might be collapsing or either staying home, you're also reading how the blocks are developing early. So if I see, like right there, if I saw them getting shedded, maybe I keep it with Lamar. Kind of tough to tell just because they don't usually shed instantly, but if you're really good with the read option, those are some signs that you can pick up on. But let's hop into our last play. It's going to be the bench swap. This bench swap, pretty solid. Now, ideally, what I would probably prefer with this is to have my running back on the wide side of the field in a perfect world, but for that mesh spot play, it's very important that you keep that receiver on the wide side of the field. So, of course, if I'm not going to run that, this is something that I can consistently do. My favorite setup for this play is just going to be Y on a little streak. You smart out X to get him a little bit shorter, and then I leave everything the same. You have just a couple of flats, you have a little streak. This is overall just a solid play. Now, this corner out's pretty good against cover 2. Against cover 3, it gets defended relatively well. You saw right there. Definitely got defended well. Also, I can motion over J.K. Dobbins if I wanted to. That's a motion I forgot to tell you guys, but you won't really be doing that too often. But again, even on the short side of the field, might even be better just because it opens up the running back route so much. And this, of course, depends on the type of defense he's in. If he's in a cover 2, that corner out's going to be open a lot of the times. But just a solid play. And I can even run this play kind of stock, and it would be difficult to defend. Having something in the middle of the field can help against double flat style of defenses. Again, in a perfect world, maybe I'm able to, put these guys on different routes to maximize the play a little bit. Just a simple idea I would have would be to, as I get stuck here, so we'll go back to that in a second. But a simple idea I had would be maybe putting A on a little post. I could just streak Y, hitch X, smart route B, just something kind of like this. And again, A would be on the post, just a little simple route combo that you could kind of have success with. Now, of course, A's on a little spot route, so it's not going to be as good, but you could see how you could create different things. Again, this is one of those things where you kind of can quick snap it, just streak A, snap the ball, and it's not going to be the easiest to defend. You see a little bench concept on the left that you're going to keep. Overall, it's just a pretty solid play, in my opinion. And that's pretty much going to wrap up the video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you go ahead, smack a like button, subscribe to the channel for more content. Follow me on Twitter, link will be down below in the description, and peace. I'm out of here.